I'm calling these show and tell. Part 1. My 3-year-old son was trying to take a picture of me. He didn't realize the camera was backwards. He took several photos within seconds of each other. I grabbed the camera back when he was done and started erasing the photos to make space. The first 2 images were blurry, but when I got to the 3rd picture, there was a startling face behind his. I've never seen this person in my life, and we were the only 2 home. Oh, do you guys see that? The mouth, the ear, the eye. No. This picture was taken this past March in my house. I was the only person home. The shadow in the hallway was gone shortly after I snapped the photo. This one. Do you guys see that? Like, there's a shadow. Show and tell part 2. By the way, the only reason these are all blacked out was because I don't want to see the pictures before I read the story. I ran a nonprofit coffee shop called Choices Cafe. It had a huge sub-basement with a lot of old remnants and bottles. It was totally haunted. Many high school students engaged in service learning activities there. One night, we were outside the shop around a fire and I took a picture of a young man. What came out shocked us. There's someone literally behind him. Like, that's the kid, someone behind him. I was in the kitchen with one of my kids. While she was eating, I took a picture of her and posted it on Facebook. That's when people started asking me, who was the man in the background? Her and I were the only 2 at home. I looked at the picture again and you could see an older man looking around the corner of the pantry. Our house was built in 1877. So this is the first picture and look at the face right there. This is a closer shot. Oh God. Show and tell part 3. I used to live in an apartment in Milford that was so haunted I had to move out. Candles were tossed around, half-body apparitions would float in the hallway, different color orbs would float around my room. There were even scratches on my wife's throat. The list goes on. It was evil for sure. I had plenty of pictures to back up my stories. The one picture below is of a half-body apparition from the waist up to the neck that would walk around in the hallway at night. Okay, so at first I couldn't see anything, but now I see an arm, a chest, and like an arm and like a neck, but like no face. Weird things were happening in my house. Unexplained noises, doors, and cabinets opening. I set up a motion detection camera in my basement. I caught what looks like an old man walking in front of my computer. You could see through him. There is something behind the chair also, not sure what it is. No idea what that is, but it's up. Like, I should not be watching this. Show and tell part 4. I am the co-founder of a paranormal investigation team called Paranormal Nights. On one of our investigations in late 2012, we visited a client's home to investigate claims of the paranormal. The client said they witnessed shadow people, objects in the home moving, and doors being slammed and locked. After we completed our interviews and began investigating, the home came alive with objects moving. We saw shadows crawling across the floor and ceiling. We had things happen and evidence to believe this was something of malice and possibly a demonic haunt. This is an image of something manifesting in front of our clients. We drew an outline around the area. We also warmed the image for clarity. I don't like it. Right there. This photo of my daughter and stepfather was taken at Spring Grove Cemetery. My daughter is holding a fish and was the only child there, but you can see the figure of what looks like another child on the left side of the image. This is crazy. Like, you can see a face right there. Show and tell part 5. Growing up, my dad's house held many spooky, unexplainable nights. We would hear loud, heavy footsteps running up the stairs when we were home alone. It also sounded like a person or a thing was dragging a rake up the walls as it sprinted up the stairs. But there was one room in the house where sometimes in photographs, it looked like a man was watching us from the windows. The photos below were taken in the same room and 6 months apart. Each show a different window in the room. I don't even want to look. Oh my God, that's up. What? My paranormal experience happened while I was standing on top of my steps taking a photo of a framed picture I was selling online. You can see my legs and steps in the reflection of the frame, and if you look closely, you can see the outline of a person's head as if they were standing in the stairway. I was the only person at home when I took this photo. I remember feeling a cold chill on the back of my neck. I'm glad I didn't turn around. You can see her legs and then someone right there. I'm calling this show and tell, even though I have nothing to show, part 5.5. So that last picture of that lady who saw something in that frame, the head, that happened to me too. It reminded me of the time where I spent the night at my friend's house and my mom was picking me up in the morning. We heard a knock on the door, so obviously I thought it was my mom to pick me up. So I tell my friend bye and I go to the door and there's nobody there. So I was like, okay, and I just started walking back to my friend's room. But in her hallway, there was a frame. And when I looked at the frame, there was a little girl behind me. So I said, that noise. I am not going in her room and I'm gonna go outside and wait for my mom. Like a few minutes pass and my friend comes outside and she's like, what are you still doing here? I thought you left. I was like, first of all, someone knocked and there was nobody at the door. Second, there was a little girl standing behind me. So you think I'm gonna go back into your house? She didn't even question it though, because her house is haunted. Like, lots of things happen. Show and tell part 6. Wait, 6. Where's my other finger? 6. I just realized I said 6 3 times. Oh my god, no. I'm scared. Okay, I'm good. I've always had a feeling that my house... I'm not good, y'all. I'm not good. I've always had a feeling that my house was haunted. Little things would happen here and there. I felt like someone was watching me. I would get random cold chills. The TV would randomly turn on and off. I would hear people talking. My family thought I was absolutely crazy. Then a couple of years ago, my dog Roscoe randomly started growling. I had this weird feeling and I got cold chills. I decided to take a picture on my phone, and there it was, a man on my wall that looked like he has a receding hairline and a suit on. I could kind of see it, like right here. Like a head, shoulders. Oh, I'm already scared as it is. Show and tell part 7. My dad died this year, and ever since we've had his ashes in my house, and it's been creepier. This one time my lights, which I've never messed up before, started messing up. A couple of days later, they went back to normal. A few weeks later, they were messed up again. I had asked, if anyone's there, can you mess with the lights? And my lights messed up, like they never have. A few days after that, my lights had black marks all around them. There's also a video on my account about me calling out the ghost. I wanted to know if anything would happen, that's why I recorded. And I got the video.
Hey yo, if someone's here, you should like flicker one of the lights or something. Please, or at least fix. Oh my god.
First of all, you're way braver than me, because no, hell to the no, I would never do that. That should give me chills. No.